Welcome, electronic video guests, to the outer limits of the trading card hobby, TTM. Through the mail, we seek to have the famous and the infamous sign the trading cards and photographs we send to them through the mail. Today we have 6 such specimens to examine. 6 trading card autograph request return specimens to examine. So if you like seeing envelopes being cut open, you've come to the right place. Sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy the fun. Presented to you absolutely 100% advertisement free from the YouTube video airfill. And that's the worldwide YouTube video airfill. Look at that. We're going to start on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day with 6 TTM specimens to examine. This is going to be great. And we had a big weekend of playoff football, didn't we? Some exciting games. What a tragedy for the Baltimore Ravens. The Crows fumbled at the goal line. A 98-yard fumble return. John Harbaugh, he finds the strangest ways to lose games. Oh boy. Tough if you're a Crows fan. Anyway, let's get started with some TTMs. Number 1 specimen coming to us from Los Angeles, California, the home of Skid Row. Let's take a look what blew in from Los Angeles. Oh, we got one of our custom art cards. I wonder who this is. Beautiful. Lara Parker. Look at that sweet, sweet custom art card. She signed that very nice right across her chest there in the white area so you can see it. Lara Parker. She played Angelique on the old soap opera, the gothy soap opera Dark Shadows. I used to watch that old soap opera when I'd come home from school when I was a kid. This is back in the late 60s and early 70s. I was on ABC. Dark Shadows. What a weird show that was. Her character, Angelique, she was the witch who was spurned by the main character, this guy here, Barnabas Collins. She was a love interest spurned by him, and she had a series-long love-hate relationship with Barnabas. It twisted and turned to the show's bizarre plotline, including time travel and witchcraft and vampire, all kinds of crazy stuff. When I was a kid, I thought this was the coolest show there could be. Anyway, she also acted in some other shows. She played Laura Banner in the 1977 Incredible Hulk pilot, and she had a spot on the old Night Stalker series. She was in one of the episodes playing a witch. But Lara Parker, 84 years old, thank you for signing this custom art card. This custom Dark Shadows art card. That is a beauty. That is one of our best returns. Sure brings back the memories. Thank you, Miss Parker. Really appreciate that. Look at that. Right across the old breast there. Very nice. Right. Let's get on to TTM specimen number 2. This one's coming to us from the ritzy town of West Palm Beach, Florida. Very nice. This feels rich. Let's cut it open and see what we got. West Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, wow. Look at the timing on this one. We got this 2022 score team card of the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if you can figure that out from the signature, but that's head coach Mike McDaniel. Thank you, sir. Oh boy, you had a tough loss to the Bills yesterday. I don't know if you seen that Bills game or seen much of the Dolphins this year. McDaniel's their 39-year-old kind of nerdy-looking head coach. He did a pretty good job his first year with the Dolphins, with all the problems with Tua's coconut getting cracked open all the time, and then his backup was always getting hurt, Teddy Bridgewater. He's down to Skylar Thompson, a rookie QB. Somehow he managed to get the Dolphins into that wild card game. And I tell you what, did you watch that game yesterday? They give the Bills all they could handle. And, there was some rough moments. They had trouble getting the ball snapped in time, wasted a lot of timeouts. They had some kind of odd calls there late in the game, especially on that 4th and 1 call. I guess you could give the coach a little criticism, but considering everything and the kind of short-handed roster, especially at quarterback, they did a pretty good job. So I think he did a good job his first year down there at Miami. Mike McDaniel, very nice. He played his college football as a wide receiver at Yale. He got a degree in history. You can tell from his background, he's not the typical. He's not cut from the mold of the typical football coach. He's also a recovering alcoholic and has battled depression. And these kind of struggles seem to give him a kind of a zen calm that doesn't take football quite as seriously as a lot of the coaches, although he might have been a little too calm as the clock was running down there in that wild card game. But it'll be interesting to see how his kind of unorthodox style plays out over the rest of his coaching career. But I think all in all, he's off to a pretty good start, and we thank Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Miami Dolphins, for signing this 2022 score team card. Really appreciate that. Mike McDaniel, good luck next year to you and the Dolphins. Really appreciate that, Coach. Very nice. Mike McDaniel. All right, that's 2 good returns. Let's look at specimen number 3 from Los Angeles, California. Another one from Los Angeles. Is this going to be an entertainment one, too? From Skid Row? Let's take a look and see. TTM 3 from Los Angeles. Oh, that's a custom art card. Who do we got? Oh, very nice. Werner Herzog. Oh, man, this is one of the great filmmakers. 80 years old, German filmmaker, one of the greatest. Made some fantastic films, including some very interesting documentaries. Probably best known for his fiery collaborations with the legendary manic actor Klaus Kinski. They worked together in 2 of his best films, Fitzcarraldo and Gary, the Wrath of God. And then after Kinski died, Herzog made this great, very interesting documentary about his relationship with Kinski, titled My Best Fiend. Not My Best Friend, My Best Fiend. You ought to get a hold of that one. Very interesting, very entertaining. He's probably best known in America for his 2005 documentary Grizzly Man, but one of the great filmmakers. Also another documentary that he made, but it's very difficult to find. But if you can see it, it's definitely worth it, especially if you're interested in Christianity. He made one called God's Angry Man, about the old great TV preacher Gene Scott. If you can get a hold of that one, I think you'd like it. But Werner Herzog, one of the world's greatest living filmmakers. Appreciate him signing this custom art card. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful card. He signed it nicely. Looks great. Thank you, sir. One of the great filmmakers, Werner Herzog. We really appreciate that. Man, that's 3 great returns, huh? Now, if you got favorite Werner Herzog movie? Put that title down in the comments. Be interested to know which one is your favorite. If you've seen any of them. All right, let's go on to our next TTM. Coming to us from Sacramento, California. Sacramento. All right, let's see what we got out of Sacramento, California. What in the world have we got? Looks like we got our note and our card. Oh, look at that. Man, we got an active player, Kevin Herter. Man, we don't get too many. 24 years old. Great to get a card back from an active player. I saw this kid play a few years ago when he was college at Maryland when they came here to Ann Arbor to play Michigan. Great shooter. One of the big shooting guards. He can really hit those three-pointers. Perfect for the current style of play in the NBA. First round draft pick in 2018 by Atlanta. Traded to Sacramento last summer. He's averaging 15.8 points per game with the Kings this year. Off to a good start. Like I said, big shooting guard, perfect for the modern style of play in the NBA. Beautiful. Signed this 2021-22 Panini Illusions card. Great to get an active player signing one. Really appreciate that. Let me see what he put on the note here. What does it say here? It said, I will forever cherish the short time I had at Maryland. Definitely wish I could have been there longer. Well, very nice. Go Terps. Kevin Herter. Because I told him how I seen him play there at Ann Arbor when he came in with Maryland. Well, that is really great, and I appreciate the active guys. We don't get very many, like I said. Mainly the only active players you get are minor league ball players. But here's a guy playing in the NBA, took the time to sign a card and send it back. Kevin Herter, really appreciate that. That's going to be one of my favorites. Active player signing that card. All right, what do we got here next? This one's coming to California too. San Francisco, California. The goofball city of San Francisco. They got a lot of interesting, eccentric, homeless characters roaming around out there, defecating and urinating on the streets. San Francisco. What do we got? Oh, very nice. Alyssa Nakamura. She signed this 2021 Allen and Ginter card. Very nice. That came out real good. She's 32 years old, played softball for Cal State Sacramento, joined the San Francisco Giants baseball operations department as an intern in 2014. She worked as for the team on the health and wellness programs. 2015, she got a master's degree in sports management. Worked her way up further in the Giants' office. Eventually landed on the coaching staff as an assistant coach in January 2020. She's the first full-time female coach in Major League Baseball history. And she's most famous as she became the first woman to coach on the field in a regular season Major League game April 12th last year when the Giants put her in the game as a substitute after their first base coach was ejected during the game against the Padres. First female coach in a Major League game. Look at that. Alyssa Nakamura. Thank you for signing this 2021 Allen and Ginter card. That looks real nice. Very nice card. Excellent. All right, we're down to our last TTM. This one's coming to us from the shores of Lake Michigan from Grand Rapids. Let's see what we got out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I wonder which one this is from Grand Rapids. Let's take a look. Yeah, looks like we got our note back. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Chad Curtis. 54-year-old Chad Curtis signing his 1992 Upper Deck rookie card. Old Chad played 10 years for 6 different clubs. One of the oddest ball players of the 1990s. I don't know if you remember this guy. He was not well liked. He had an act that wore very thin. He bounced from team to team. Despite being a pretty good ball player, pretty good little outfielder, lifetime 264 hitter with 101 home runs, 212 stolen bases. Best year was 1995 with the Tigers. He hit 268 with 21 homers, 67 RBIs, and 27 stolen bases. But he had one of those annoying holier-than-thou attitudes, which rubbed his teammates the wrong way, and then it really fell flat after his playing days. I don't know if you remember his story, but he had some problems with young girls, ended up serving in prison 7 years for molesting 2 15-year-olds and a 16-year-old. The case is even messier than it sounds. Curtis tried to blame the victims, tried to hide his money to avoid paying civil suit damages. Not the best way to handle all these kind of life issues. I kind of hope for his sake he has or will at some point realize only the truth will set you free. And the most important truth to know is the truth about yourself. So hopefully he'll get it all together and deal with his issues. But Chad Curtis, thank you, sir. We appreciate it anyway. Signing this 1992 Upper Deck rookie card. How about that? That's a nice-looking card, nice-looking signature. We wish the best for Mr. Curtis. Let's see if he answered anything on the note here. Chad Curtis. Let's see what we got on the note here. I said, did you like your time with the Tigers? First year was great, second not so much. Any opposing players you really disliked? Roger Clemens, until he became my teammate. Oh, that's very interesting. Most people don't answer that question, so I'm glad he did. He didn't like Clemens until he became his teammate. That's an interesting answer there, too. Well, we appreciate Mr. Curtis answering those questions and signing that Upper Deck rookie card. Chad Curtis. Well, that is it. We are ready to hit the stop button on another TTM video and dump this thing into the worldwide YouTube video airfill. God willing, we'll be back in a couple more days. We got some more TTMs. We'll bring those out, cut them babies open, and see what we got. Until then, remember, enjoy the rest of your life.